Reports out there that you've managed to find some kind of compromise with congressional leaders that will allow the deductions for state and local taxes to remain in some form. Is that true?
Yeah, it does look like we're going to have continuation of the deductibility of property tax, but it will be capped where the final number is not set, but about $10,000. So if your property taxes are up to $10,000, you can deduct them in full. If they're over $10,000, you would be limited to 10 plus your mortgage interest deduction, charitable deductions. But I do think what it still means is 90%, 90% of Americans are going to take the new standard deduction of $24,000. So even though we're putting in, yes, as a compromise, up to $10,000 of property tax to be itemized, that's only if you're going to itemize with over $24,000. And I think it's still going to be most folks taking the standard deduction under our new plan.
Congressman Collins, obviously Governor Cuomo not happy with the idea that property taxes aside, the state and local taxes that people still pay in your home state, in our home state, New York, are still fairly high, and people would take a hit on that. What's your response on that, that as you've laid it out, that part, that deduction would go away?
Well, as I've said, King Andrew certainly has levied the highest taxes in the nation on his subjects. And I am fighting for the middle income and upper middle income Americans and New Yorkers. He is fighting for the millionaires and billionaires on Wall Street and the hedge fund guys making $2 to $5 million a year or more and living in $5, $10, and $20 million mansions. Our tax plan is not about looking after the millionaires, billionaires, and the top 2%. It's about the middle and upper middle income earners. They're going to do very well. They're going to save money out of this plan, and it's just quite the juxtaposition we have. I'm fighting as a conservative Republican every day for the middle incomers, and Andrew Cuomo and Senator Schumer are fighting for the millionaires and billionaires on Wall Street.
Congressman, do you believe that the elimination of the state and local tax deduction would put pressure on Albany to change its fiscal approach going forward?
Well, I think it should. I mean, our millionaires tax, which is what Senator Schumer and Governor Cuomo, King Andrew, are trying to protect, that 8.9% millionaires tax is what they're talking about, which is one of the highest in the nation. And I would hope that with losing the deductibility of that for those millionaires and billionaires, they should take a hard look at it. It was supposed to sunset 2 years ago, and Andrew Cuomo, then elected, made sure it did not sunset because he's never seen a tax he doesn't like or he doesn't want to hike. And this was one of them. And so we've been saddled with this 8.9% that was supposed to sunset a few years ago. And King Andrew wants to continue it. And he realizes he's going to come under a lot of pressure, and that's pressure he deserves.